Hello, Joe here from Infiniti of Tacoma. Today I'm going to tell you about this beautiful 2020 Infiniti QX50 Pure all-wheel drive that we have for sale. This is a very unique pre-owned QX50 because it only has 158 miles on it. Yes, it's almost 2022, so how does this 2020 only have 158 miles on it? Very good question. I don't know 100% for sure, but this is a Canadian imported vehicle. I do have some friends that are Canadian importers, and over the summer they mentioned that a Infiniti dealership in BC went out of business, and a lot of the vehicles that they had in the lot were trickling over into the US as imported vehicles. If you don't know, Canadian imported vehicles is a very popular thing to do because there always is a shortage, it seems like, of quality used cars, at least in this area. And since we're share the border with Canada, there's a lot of people that have a full-time job importing vehicles, changing them over to miles, titling them in Washington, and selling them as previously Canadian used cars. A lot of them are trucks. Trucks are very much in demand, so a lot of the pre-owned trucks you see for sale in this area happen to be previous Canadian. The thing with previous Canadian, all previous Canadian vehicles are not created equal. Some manufacturers will not honor warranty in the US for a previous Canadian vehicle, so if you do buy a nearly new vehicle and it doesn't have factory warranty, that's a big difference versus buying one in the United States that still has the balance of a full factory warranty. The nice thing about Infiniti and our parent company Nissan is they don't punish people for buying previous Canadian vehicles. This has 100% the balance of a full factory warranty, and in fact this is built in the same plant as the US versions. The only difference is on the Canadian ones, obviously they put the gauge cluster in kilometers, but that one has been changed over and this one has been titled in Washington. So it's pretty much just like buying a US QX50. The only difference, and it's a slight difference, is that we're not allowed to sell previous Canadian Infinitis as certified pre-owned. That's the only difference, and we weren't planning on certifying this anyways. So if you like the options and color combination, this is really an awesome value. We actually purchased this from Gilchrist Chevy. They've had it since July, and I can understand a Chevy dealership having a previous Canadian Infiniti. People might feel a little bit nervous buying a vehicle like this from a store like that, having concerns, which I would too. But since we're an Infiniti dealership, we're an Infiniti franchise, we know these vehicles, we have a tendency to do pretty well with previous Canadian vehicles because we can assure people that they're not going to have any issues and they're not going to have any warranty, warranty issues, I guess, is the main concern. And obviously people might be worried about doing a good job for the changeover, the gauge cluster and stuff like that. We go through these vehicles. This thing is great. Look, it even still has the some of the new car plastic still on it. 2020 is a great year for the QX50 because it got a revision to its infotainment system. They improved the display. It's a sharper, crisper image. And also, if this one doesn't have it already, we have the ability to do a software update at the dealership and add Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is nice for this one because this one doesn't have navigation. So what you can do is with the Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you can pull up the navigation on your phone and you can basically just put it up on that screen right there. And honestly, a lot of people like the the Android and Apple navigation so much. Even we find people that do have the factory navigation, they tend to prefer to use the one on their phone, like if they like to use Google Waze or something like that. This one's very nicely equipped with features. Even though this is the entry-level pure QX50, we are a luxury brand, so even our more basic vehicles still have a good amount of equipment on it. Nice leather up steering wheel, blind spot warning. Obviously we have a dual display system. We have a forward collision warning, forward emergency braking, power and heated front seats. We have a backup camera. Really nice upscale interior, synthetic leather with nice contrast stitching, aluminum, more contrast stitching and synthetic leather on the dashboard. Really gives it that nice premium feel. The QX50 was completely redesigned in 2019. So it's one of our newest vehicles featuring some of our most cutting edge technology. It's very different than the old QX50, which was built on the aging advanced front Mitchell platform, which was fun for performance driving, but it was really lacking in fuel efficiency, interior space, and stuff like that. This one's built on a whole new platform, pretty much new all around in 2019. We have second row or rear seats. There's no third row in this one that slide back and forth and recline. It's pretty unusual to find second row seats that slide back and forth in this class of vehicles. Usually you only have that with larger vehicles with third row seating. I'm 6'2". I fit very comfortably in here, even though this is considered a compact. Uh-oh, looks like the child locks are on. All right, well, we know those work. We'll fix that. The QX50 is available with front wheel drive. Intelligent all-wheel drive is optional. This has the intelligent all-wheel drive. The reason why it's intelligent is when all-wheel drive is not needed, it's 100% front wheel drive to save on gas. And sometimes it can help a little bit with premature tire wear. But as soon as those front wheels slip, it can quickly send up to 50% of the vehicle's power to the rear wheels for no unslip starch and extra traction in wet, slippery conditions. The QX50 features a beautiful, QX50 features a beautiful curvaceous body. And I guess I had Q60 in my head, our beautiful Q60 coupe, one of the most beautiful vehicles on the road. The QX50 is heavily influenced by the styling of our Q50 and Q60 coupe and sedan. Some absolutely beautiful vehicles. Sometimes when you have these crossover SUVs, it's not easy to make them look good. They're like big jelly beans or eggs on wheels. But Infiniti went to great lengths to add nice creases and curves. We have this clamshell hood that has a nice seam where it meets the fender that blends into the body line all the way to the rear. It's a beautiful, beautiful vehicle indeed. And one of the best parts of the QX50 is this variable compression turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. Infiniti has been working on this variable compression engine technology for 20 years. Finally, the QX50 is the first vehicle they implemented it in. We're starting to see this technology trickle in the Nissans. They offer the same engine in the Altima. And now they have a new 3-cylinder VC turbo, which they're going to put in a new Nissan Rogue, which I've heard good things about. All thanks to this technology that started off with this QX50. So what makes this engine special? Well, it's able to mechanically change the compression ratio on the fly. So if you're just doing nice, simple, easy driving, maybe you have the drive mode selector in eco mode, the car can tell, so it'll set its compression ratio to a 14:1 compression ratio, which will maximize, excuse me, just getting over a cold, that will maximize fuel efficiency. But let's say you're doing some performance driving, you're stepping on that throttle, maybe you have the drive mode selector in sport mode. Well, the QX50 can tell, and it can very quickly change that compression ratio to an 8:1 compression ratio, which will give you maximum output. Maximum output is 268 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. A lot of power for a small 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, so it offers amazing power, and it also offers class-leading fuel economy. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hope to see you soon, and have a wonderful day.